This has to be the first time where a theme park introduced a brand new roller coaster, but somehow has less in operation than they did the previous year. Six Flags Great Adventure has undergone a major overhaul. 9 attractions were removed during their off-season, and one of those rides was the tallest roller coaster in the world. Usually, when I release a new ranking video, it should be exciting because I'm talking about something new and how it compares with the other coasters. This time, it hits different. The park has gone through a major mix-up, and I'm grasping as to what I consider to be the best in the park. Well, I kind of already know what that answer is, but nonetheless, before we continue with this ranking video, please do me a favor by clicking on that like button. Those who love roller coasters and Six Flags Great Adventure, be sure to follow. It's been a little bit since my last roller coaster ranking video, so let me break it down for you. Not only do I provide you with my ranking, but also have categories with each coaster that belongs to. First, we have the kiddie coasters. That one's pretty self-explanatory. Next is dumpster fire. This is where all the truly bad coasters belong. Middle of the road is for all those rides that are just okay, not bad, but just, well, right down the middle. Good coasters are for those that exceed expectations, but not reach the lofty heights of my final category, the elite coasters. Only the best of the best belong in this bucket, and I'm really trying to make it more exclusive, because the elite coasters should be the exclusive. Okay, on to the ranking. Our first category, the kiddie coasters. Number 13, Lil Devil Coaster. Formerly known as Roadrunner Railway, this is your basic Zamperla kiddie coaster. You can find the exact coaster at many other parks, including Hershey Park, Dollywood, and the soon-to-be closing Six Flags America. Number 12, Harley Quinn Crazy Train. Technically not a kiddie coaster, but still feeling like it belongs in that category. This figure-8 roller coaster features a long train that can hold 40 riders. This ride serves as a nice stepping stone for beginners. The ride is technically taller, faster, and longer than a kiddie coaster, but it's very tame, which is why if your kids are bored with Lil Devil, time to move up the ladder. Because the park removed Green Lantern over the off-season, I don't have a coaster to add to the dumpster fire, so moving on to the middle of the road. Number 11, Dark Knight. On paper, this sounds like a great coaster idea. Use theming to one of the greatest movies made in the 20th century. Unfortunately, it's only a basic wild mouse inside a giant warehouse structure. The theming once you get on the ride is very lackluster and feels like a slight step up from a carnival. The coaster itself, as I said, is a wild mouse, so you kind of know what you're gonna get. Number 10, Skull Mountain. I am not entirely sure of the fascination some coaster enthusiasts have with this coaster. If you thought the theming was bad on Dark Knight, well, Skull Mountain will make it feel Disney-worthy with its lackluster presentation. Inside the mountain, it's just some lights, music, and nothing noteworthy of its ominous name. The ride itself is also very tame. The first drop, if you are in the very back row, has some airtime, but not enough to warrant multiple rides. Number 9, Runaway Mine Train. For Mine Train roller coasters, Runaway Mine Train isn't that bad. The transitions are decent, so I feel confident that I won't be beaten up after one ride. The problem though, unless you have nostalgia to the oldest operating roller coaster in the park, there really isn't much here. I would argue that this serves best as the next stepping stone after Harley Quinn for younger riders overcoming their fear of roller coasters. But for those looking for a thrill, you're not really going to find much with this coaster. Number 8, Joker. A few years back, Six Flags went on a 40 coaster free spin shopping spree and basically added one to every park. Even though I would argue because of capacity that this isn't really the best fit for the park, it has its audience. The ride is very basic but fun if you enjoy being flipped upside down multiple times. In some ways, these 40 free spin roller coasters function and feel more like a flat ride than a roller coaster. If you experienced any other free spin coaster, I would argue that there isn't anything extra here for you. Number 7, Medusa. The original floorless roller coaster. We are now leaving the less intense roller coasters and heading into the bigger rides of the park. Medusa has 7 inversions, lots of twists and turns, and of course, bone-crushing G-forces. It's been a few years since I rode this coaster, but I don't recall any major headbanging. Basically on par with the other floorless coasters. For me, even though it's intense, the layout is very basic for B&M, following the basic pattern from finish to end. Okay, time to move into the next category, the good coasters. Number 6, Superman Ultimate Flight. I'm a sucker for flying roller coasters, which is why I have this roller coaster ranked slightly higher than the others. The first element is real solid. Those pretzel loops really know how to pack a punch. Unfortunately, the rest of the ride is just turns in that one quick inline roll, but it's still fun taking a leisurely flight over Six Flags. Number 5, Batman the Ride. If there is a roller coaster that screams Six Flags, it has to be Batman the Ride. This cloned inverted model has made its way in the coaster community with its intense, compact layout that continues to hold up after all these years. The theming may not be anything special, but on par with most other Batman coasters, the ride has been overplayed at many parks, but it continues to be a must-ride roller coaster with every visit. Number 4, Jersey Devil Coaster. Being from Rocky Mountain Construction, I had high expectations for this single rail coaster. During its first year of operation, I thought that the ride was excellent, full of airtime, fun inversions, and overall decent pacing. The ride, even though it's barely 4 years old, is already starting to show its age. The train has a rattle and the pacing is very iffy depending on the time and weather. With that said though, Jersey Devil still has good things going for it. The airtime is great, and I still enjoy the inversions. I would argue that it's worth a ride every visit, as long as you remember to hike all the way into the back corner of the park. Number 3, Flash Vertical Velocity. It's been a few weeks since my last ride, allowing me to soak in that experience. Flash Vertical Velocity is an excellent shuttle coaster that has solid launches, fun inversions, and even some airtime. The onboard audio and lighting package takes this coaster to the next level, even making me consider moving it over into the Elite bucket, but after further analysis I came to the conclusion that Flash is a pretty good coaster, but I wouldn't think it belongs in the Elite bucket. If it wasn't for its slow operations, I would say that this coaster demands to be ridden multiple times. This year I expect long lines, so if you want to beat the crowd, rope drop the park and head straight for Flash. When the lines start backing up, those single Flash passes are going to sell like hotcakes, exasperating the long line even more. All in all, this is a solid coaster that I feel will fit in more with the park as time goes by, but for now, Flash is the headlining attraction that will have a very difficult time keeping up with its demand. Number 2, Nitro. I debated back and forth if Nitro belonged in the Elite category, but I ultimately decided, like Flash, it's a good coaster, just not Elite. The airtime continues to hold up with its extra long 9-car trains. My last ride was during cold weather, so it's a little unfair to compare Nitro on a chilly day, but nonetheless, the thrill is still there. The airtime is solid with tons of floater airtime. Those who love the sensation of graying out will enjoy the Helix. Basically, this is a high-capacity thrill machine that keeps the line moving and the thrills coming. Alright, time to talk about the only Elite coaster in the park, and that would be number 1, El Toro. After my first ride on El Toro in 2007, I immediately fell in love with this incredible wooden roller coaster. The first drop is something to be written down in history books. The ejector airtime is aggressive and non-stop for the first third of the ride. The coaster does have a nasty rattle and some potholes along the layout, but it wasn't enough to stop me from enjoying the real king of Six Flags Great Adventure. Yes, it's sad that King Ka is gone, but I'm glad that Six Flags is ready to invest in their star attraction. The park has announced a multi-year refurbishment project that will almost surely put El Toro back up in ranking as one of the best roller coasters in the world. Well, that's my ranking of all the roller coasters at Six Flags Great Adventure. I know the park feels a little depressing without King to Ka standing alongside the parking lot and, well, all the other 8 attractions that got canned, but I know Six Flags isn't throwing in the towel with this park, and I expect huge things over the next few years. Until next time, this is X Screen Thrills.